Final chat before the final round table starts. What are the players discussing and who is on limited time? Let's listen in.
Most confused I've ever been in this game at this point. I have no idea which way I want to vote, but I don't understand. I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
That's been me, me all game, so I get it.
But I don't feel like it's been you all game. I feel like you probably are a traitor.
Yeah, I know a few people think that, but alas, I am not.
I'm confused by some double talk that you're going through, you're doing in order to survive in this game.
I want to get to the fire, of course.
I get that. And so, but are you doing that because you want to get to the end of the game? Or are you doing that because you want people to think that that's your strategy? Because I just feel like you're maybe saying too much now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I admit today I spoke quite a bit. Knowing my hope for that was that I could at least not get murdered. That was my first step. I'm like, how can I make sure I don't get murdered? I'm gonna definitely just pick a clear target so that way, that people can rest assured that there's going to be a 1 versus 1 in the thing. But that was my hope for not getting murdered, because I don't know when the murder was. But now that I'm here, my goal is to not get banished. And so that's why I'm hoping to vote with the majority with a plan in place.
So that leaves
just so everybody knows, I left the thing off so people couldn't move rooms. So if you do want to move room, you can try again on breakout rooms. But if you're not able to move and you want to, just let me know and I will move you.
Do you want to chat one-on-one or no?
No, I can chat with you in front of everyone. I don't give a shit. It's just I'm hearing that you're having all these alliance chats and all these things. I'm not included in any of them. And it's not, I don't care about being included in alliance chats. This game is not about alliances. But you are doing this whole thing to make yourself survive, which I totally understand. But who are you truly feeling like you want to go to the end of the game with?
Well, I mean, I can't
Or do
say
you
that.
not care and you just want them to take you so that you can stand at the end and be proved wrong as a faithful?
No, I want to win the game with somebody at the end, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, this is why I want to get gone at 5, and then I'm going to banish this person at 4, and then hopefully at 3 I can do. Like that's contradictory to what this game should be, and it is. Like I can't give up what I want to do towards the end. That would get me banished immediately by the people who I don't want to take to the end. Because I know you said it's not about alliances, and I agree. And I don't know exactly what alliance talk. Like I definitely I had one with Alex. That's fair. And I talked to everybody here.
But you had one apparently with Stick too. You had an alliance
we talk a lot.
Yeah, we talk a lot.
We talk a lot.
Was it inclusive of Alex? Did the 3 of you have a group chat?
No.
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 No, we. No, we did not.
No. No.
Did say we did?
Not to me.
Yeah. I did not have a 3-way alliance with Stick and Alex, I assure you. But anyway, that's beside the point. Like if people had 3-way chats, that doesn't mean anything to me personally. But
well, I'm just so confused. It just feels like in going through everything that I've been told, and now knowing you're trying to go after me after you were telling me things that other people are saying and then trying to convince me to vote for Tara, like, I just don't know where to believe you, in all honesty. And I
That's
just
fair.
think that there's so much double talk that at least with other people, there's a little bit of consistency. Even if we're wrong, there's consistency.
Yeah.
You seem to be all over the place.
Yeah, I easily with you, I have the most double talk slash contradictory things for sure. But I would hope that the other folks who are here do not feel that way. Because I don't think I've presented that way necessarily. Sure, I think through every option, 30 minutes before the murder, I was like, oh, maybe it's Ryan G because he hasn't been stressed about the murder, So like I think through everything, but I don't vocalize a plan very frequently. And when I do, I try and stick
Then
to
you
it.
get mad at Tara for not vocalizing a plan.
And
Okay, come on, Ron. That's extremely different. I'm talking about in a
No, that's
public
not
setting.
different at all. That is not
So-
different at all.
So there's a difference between
You're just doing too much talking and you're not actually creating a plan.
there's a
Tara's
difference.
not doing any talking and not creating plans, but you're getting mad at Tara for not talking.
I'm when I say I want Tara to talk more, I'm talking about the round table. Okay, that's what I mean. Like to me, that's the time we need to vocalize our suspicions, and we need to say everything, or else we're just going to keep harping on the same one or two people every single round. That's what I think the round table should be for. In a one-on-one conversation, like I don't expect everyone to just tell me one thing and then run with it. Like it's way different with a one-on-one versus a round table. That was my big gripe.
It's very, to me, it's just very contradictory to everything.
But
So
what?
it makes me more suspicious of you because I just have zero faith in anything that you've ever told me. Like you telling me that Jessica was talking about me before we were playing last night. So that was a lie.
It was not a lie.
So Jessica reached out to you and said that you wanted to vote for me.
No, what I said was I brought up the name, and then I said the plan almost switched, but then it didn't. And that's what I told you.
I'll have to double check this.
I specifically said to you, I was like, I was the first one to bring it up. And I said, I want to cover my ass.
while you're on Zoom.
We're not allowed phones, Ron.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and I said that to you. I was like, this is my suspicion, and it's a little weird,
but Brian, it just doesn't make any sense. Like you are presenting all these things in order to cast suspicion on everybody else, and it's part of the game. But like, it now just makes me go. Even though I was suspicious of Jessica and I'm suspicious of Tara and I've been suspicious of Stick, I haven't been as suspicious of you. Makes me go, maybe you are the person that I should have been looking at this whole time.
You even mentioned yesterday
while you and Alex were pushing for Tara to go, we were targeting Alex because he seemed like a really good traitor, but maybe you were the traitor who was feeding him the information.
And that's what you said last night, Ron. And that also was partly why I had the thoughts today. You were the one who planted that seed. I had two people who were like, oh, wow, Ryan's a faithful for sure now. And I am. And so I was like, yeah, okay, cool. And then you were the one who was like, oh, or Alex could be Ryan's vocal shield or whatever it was that you said. You were the one who planted that seed to people.
But it's clear that you probably are.
I am not a traitor. But what I will say is you've said multiple times in this game that you get so, stuck on one idea, and that's been your downfall this entire time. I'm not afraid to admit I'm the opposite of that. For me, I go with what I'm feeling in the moment. I'm not always right. Like I admit that. I haven't been right yet, clearly. I haven't gotten a traitor. But for me, I try not to just be stuck in my one purview, contrary to how much I've been going after Tara. That's why I'm not necessarily going after Tara this round.
That can't be true because when we voted out Tina, you were the one that brought that up, and you were just direct. It's Tina. It's Tina, and it wasn't Tina.
I never said it was Tina. What I said was, this is what happened is really suspicious. I think it's Tina now. I wasn't like, Tina's for sure the traitor. I've been thinking this forever. And I just said, Stick. I was like, for me, I operate based on what I'm feeling in the moment. An hour before the roundtable that night, and she said this herself out loud, she slipped up. It was just her having brain fog and said something that she shouldn't have said. And she was unfaithful. That's what it was.
But you pounced on it really well.
I did. I said it right. I owned up to it in the moment. I brought attention to it. I wasn't trying to duck it or hide it. You also pounced on it, Tara. You voted Tina out of nowhere in my eyes. That was a big reason why I was initially suspicious of you.
Not out of nowhere. No, I admitted I was having suspicions in talking to her that day. She was not the Tina that I knew from Survivor. And then you gave that, and that was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
That was not out of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, I am aware that I'm likely going to get some votes tonight, but I am letting you know now, if you vote me out, the Traitors have gone a perfect game into the fire, and kudos to you both, whoever you are. But I am not a traitor. I'm a faithful, and the last 24 hours, ever since your just incessant need to get Alex out, it was 3 rounds of back and forth with Shannon and Alex too. That's where I was starting to be suspicious of you. And I mentioned this, I let it slip that I was suspicious. You were so gung-ho for Shannon, and then you made a plan with someone else to make sure that Alex was the other person getting those split votes. 2 faithful people, proven faithful people. And
no, I didn't go into it making a plan to vote out Alex. I went into it with some people saying they wanted to vote for Alex, and then I went based off of my gut, and I switched my vote. And it wasn't planting anyone to say that they need to vote for Alex. That was people coming up with it themselves. I made mention of who I was suspicious of, and my first vote was for Alex, which was obviously completely wrong, but it was more or less, I went based off of who I thought was the traitor in the moment. And I was completely off on Shannon because I came up with a theory that was baseless. And I fucked that up. Sorry for my language, but I screwed up. And I screwed up with Alex. And I apologize, and I'll apologize to Alex when this is done about how I handled that, because that's not how it should have been handled. But it wasn't for the sake of trying to deflect against myself as a traitor. It was because it was information that I thought would be useful to prove that he was a traitor.
I'm curious to hear what you have to think. I don't mean to call you out, Jess, but I want to be consistent. I've called Tara out for being quiet.
No, I know. I just keep thinking, and I don't want to base my decision based on who was leading a charge on a vote, because I don't think, to me, I don't know, it doesn't, I feel like we've all been guilty of that, and we've all been unsuccessful. We haven't got a single one right. So I don't know what my decision is or where I'm leaning. I'm still working it out. Because I think both your arguments are strong and both of your arguments are weak.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I feel like I like a broken record in saying that. And I think that's just the nature of this game, in that you will never get any sort of evidence. Yeah. And it's all just based on gut feeling, right? Which is tough.
Can I just, because Ryan, you and I talked a lot. And you're my go-to in this game. You're basically guiding me through everything.